Hello everyone. Today in this lecture you are going to learn about Matlab fundamentals. So what are the learning objects that you will learn in this presentation? First one is a desktop basics, second is matrices and arrays, third one is array creations, types of arrays and data analysis. Now let us start from the introduction. So MATLAB, millions of engineers and scientists worldwide use MATLAB to analyze and design the systems and products transforming our world. MATLAB is in automobile activity, safety systems, interplanetary, spacecraft, health monitoring devices, smart power grids, and LTE cellular networks. So MATLAB can be used in machine learning, signal processing, image processing, computer vision, communications, computational finance, control design, robotics, and so many other applications also. So the MATLAB platform is optimized for solving engineering and many complicated scientific problems. The matrix-based MATLAB language is the world's most natural way to express computational and mathematics. Built-in graphics makes it easy to visualize and gain insights from the data that is from the MATLAB. A MATLAB has a vast library of built-in toolboxes lets you go start right away with algorithms essential to your domain. That means you can easily build any complicated algorithms, your customized algorithms by using inbuilt libraries. So the desktop environment invites experimentation, exploration, and discovery. These MATLAB tools and capabilities are all rigorously tested and designed to work together. MATLAB helps you take your ideas beyond the desktop. That means you can, after completing the algorithm, even you can model that algorithm into a real-time hardware. So you can run your analysis on large data sets and scale up to clusters and clouds. MATLAB code can be integrated with other languages, enabling you to deploy algorithms and applications within web, enterprise, and production systems. Now, what are the key features in the MATLAB? MATLAB is a high-level language for scientific and engineering computing. Desktop environments tuned for iterative exploration, design, and problem solving. Graphics for visualizing data and tools for creating custom plots. MATLAB apps used for curve fitting, data classification, signal analysis, control systems tuning, and many other tasks. MATLAB has add-on toolboxes for wide range of engineering and scientific applications. MATLAB has lot of tools for building applications with custom user interface. MATLAB can be interfaced with other third-party languages like C, C++, Java, .NET, Python, SQL, Hadoop, and Microsoft Excel. MATLAB has a royalty-free deployment option for sharing MATLAB programs with end users. Now we are going to start with the desktop basics. So when you start a MATLAB, the desktop appears in its default layout like this. So if you see in this screen is partitioned into three parts. So the left one, so whatever my cursor is showing, this is the current folder where you can store all your projects and its related files. And the middle one is the command window where you will type the commands, and this is called an interactive window. So you will get answers and you can see your commands everywhere, and you can also create various scripts and MATLAB functions from here itself. Even from the command window you can start your Simulink module. And next come to the right side, that is a workspace environment. So in this workspace environment, whatever the design, whatever the scripts or whatever the programs you run, all the results will be saved here. And this workspace environment acts like a memory for the MATLAB. Now you can see here. So the current folder, which includes the access to all your files, command window where you can enter the commands and command lines indicated by a prompt, workspace, explore the data that you create or import from the files. So as you work in MATLAB, you issue commands that creates variables and call all types of functions. For example, create a variable named by typing this statement at the command line, like for example, a is equal to 1. Now I am going to show you practically in the MATLAB. Now this is the MATLAB environment, and this is the first desktop. The first task what you have to do here is you have to first go to the folder where you wanted to create the your MATLAB programs or scripts. For that, first by default MATLAB will be started in the C drive. So first you have to come out of the C drive. For that you have to click on this icon, okay, so that a pop-up window is opened. So now in this window you can browse it. For example, I will browse, okay, to Seagate expansion, that is a D drive. So in the D drive, I have the uh, I have the CMS course manual, and in that I have design of smart CMS for rotary machines. In that sections, in that I have MATLAB programming, and in that whatever folder I create, select that folder, and in that is your current folder. Now first I will start from the small operations, like mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, etc. So let us see from the addition. Let us see a is equal to 1. Okay, and now if I press enter button, you can see here a is equal to 1, that is displayed here in the command window. Simultaneously that is stored in the workspace window also. And suppose I don't want to display this one, okay, this answer in the command window. For example, if I write b is equal to 2, and if I use the semicolon here, okay, then if I press the enter button, then that display value will be hidden here, but this value is displayed in the workspace because this is the memory of the MATLAB. Okay, so next, small additions, like for example, C is equal to, I can add A plus B semicolon. Okay, so now I'll get the answer C is equal to 3. So like that, I can create, I can do any small type of operations or anything in this command window, that is interactive window. Suppose now if I want to clear my command window, then there is a command called clc means clear the screen. Okay, so my whatever I have done, all my commands or my answers, everything got cleared in the command window, but these are not cleared in the memory, they are still present in the memory. So if I want to clear even the memory or the workspace, then I have to use the command clear, clear, clear. Okay, so now it is cleared. Again, I can remove this clear command also by using clear screen command, clc. Okay, so now everything is cleared. Okay, this is the fundamental basics of a MATLAB. Okay, so now already I explained by taking this c is equal to a plus b, the sum whatever, and even now we can also do so many trigonometric operations in a MATLAB. For example, d is equal to cos of a. Simply we can write directly in the command window d is equal to cos of a. Then you will get the answer d is equal to, for example, a value is 1, so cos of 1, that is 0.5403. So here if you see, this data is a double data. This is a double data. Why? Because here after decimal you are seeing more than two digits. So this is called double data type. So there are various data types present in the MATLAB, like double, integer 32, integer 16, binary, hexadecimal. So there are various data types. We can even convert one data type from one data type to another data type. Okay, like you can use a sine of a. So many trigonometric operations you can use. So now if you so already I have explained regarding a semicolon. If you want to end the statement with a semicolon, then you can directly keep the semicolon so that the value will be suppressed, hidden in the MATLAB command window, and you can use to recall the previous commands by using up arrow and down arrow buttons also. Now, now we will see matrices and arrays. So how to create the matrices and arrays. So in a MATLAB environment, a matrix is a rectangular array of numbers having rows and columns. So special meaning is sometimes attached to a one by one matrix, which are scalars, and to matrix with only one row or column, which are called vectors. MATLAB has other ways of storing both numeric and non-numeric data, but in the beginning it is usually best to think of everything as a matrix. So the operation in a MATLAB are designed to be as natural as possible. MATLAB is an abbreviation for Matrix Laboratory, where other programming languages works with the numbers one at a time. MATLAB allows you to work with entire matrices quickly and easily. All MATLAB variables are multi-dimensional arrays, no matter what type of data. What do you mean by multi-dimensional array? That means more than two dimensions. A MATLAB is a two-dimensional array often used for linear algebra. That means for a linear algebra, normally we use two-dimensional array of matrix in a MATLAB. Now, let us see the array creation. To create an array with the four elements in a single row, separate the elements with either a comma or a space. Let us take for example a is equal to 1 2 3 4. When you press the enter button, you will get a is equal to 1 by 4. Now let us see this in the MATLAB practically. So now I will take a is equal to square bracket begin. For creating the arrays we have to use the square bracket. So now 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 and square bracket is closed. Now if I see and I will end this statement with a semicolon, and if I press my enter button, you can see in the workspace that is 1 2 3 4. So now select this workspace variable a variable and right click and open the selection. You can see this is a matrix window where you can see here 1 by 4, that is first row and 4 columns. Okay, so this is called a row vector. Similarly, if you want to create a column vector, then b is equal to square bracket begin 1. Now you have to use the semicolon. 1 semicolon, okay, 2 semicolon, 3 semicolon, 4. Okay, now close these brackets and end with semicolon and press the enter button. Now you can see in the B, okay, you can see this is 4 by 1, that is 4 rows and 1 column. So this type of array is called column array. Okay, next. Now, another way to create a matrix is A is equal to, let us take 135 semicolon 246 semicolon 7 8 10. Let us now, I will create the matrix practically in a Matlab. So, first I will clear everything. So, I am using the command clear so that I can clear the memory. Okay, now I will clear the screen of the command window. So everything is clear. Now I am going to create a matrices. So A is equal to square bracket begin. Sorry, square bracket begin. Okay, 1 space 2 space 3 space 4. I can also give, see, I can use either comma or a space. Space also Matlab takes like a comma. Now semicolon, space, okay. Now 5 space 6 space 7, okay. Space 8. Now close the square bracket and with semicolon, press enter button. Now you can see here, just you select it and open it, you can see here this is a 2 by 4 matrix, that is 2 rows and 4 columns. So like that you can create the your own matrices. Now I can create the zeros. So there is a inbuilt command called function called zeros. Let us take for example b is equal to zeros. Zeros. This is the inbuilt function of a MATLAB which creates the null matrices. So zeros of, see, for every, when I am calling every internal function, my first thing is I have to here use the curve brackets only. I cannot use, you should not use these square brackets or flower braces. Okay, whenever you want to call the inbuilt function of a MATLAB, so zeros is the inbuilt function of a MATLAB, and all the inbuilt functions of a MATLAB are case sensitive. Case sensitive means here I cannot use the capital letters. And for example, here see zeros. Okay, if you forget yes also, it will create a error. You cannot call that. So exact name you have to call it. And in the MATLAB interactive window, it helps even the commands also. For example, if you type 2 to 3 letters of a command, remaining letters, a remaining part of the command, it will show like this here. Okay, so now I am using 5 comma 2. Okay, and my brackets close and with semicolon. Now if I press my enter button, you can see here b null matrix has been created. I will open it and you can see here. Okay, so 5 comma 2, that is 5 rows and 2 columns, and by default the data types are double. Already I told you there are various data types present: double, integer, hexadecimal, binary, everything. Now we will see the types of arrays. So in the arrays we have so many types of arrays. First we will talk about multidimensional arrays. Multidimensional arrays in the MATLAB environment are arrays with more than 2 subscripts. Okay, so let us take for example, one way of creating a multidimensional array is by calling the inbuilt functions like zeros, ones, rand means you can, it will take random numbers, and or rand n is a different from rand means it will take random numbers. Rand n means it takes random numbers in a multi-dimensional pattern, okay, with more than 2 arguments. For example, you can create r is equal to rand and 3 4 5. So 3 is a row, 4 is a column, and 5 is the width. Okay, so I can show you this one. For example, example, if you see R is equal to, now I am calling the inbuilt function RANDN, rand, n dimensional, bracket begin, 3, comma, 4, comma, 5, bracket close, semicolon. Now if I press my enter button, you can see here 3 by 4 by 5 double. Okay, just open this, you can see here. This is the, see, 3 rows, 4 columns, and 5 is the variable. So see, 3 rows, 4 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4 columns, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is the width. This is the multi-dimensional array. So it has taken randomly, okay, the values. Now, create a three-dimensional array might represent three-dimensional physical data, say the temperature in a room sampled on a rectangular grid, or it might represent a sequence of matrices or a or a samples of time-dependent matrices. In these latter cases, the I comma jth element of the kth matrix or the kth matrix is denoted by A of I j k. Already that is explained by taking an example. Matlab and Dura's versions of the magic square of order 4 differ by an interchange of the two columns. Many different magic squares can be generated by interchanging the columns. The statement, for example, P is equal to PRMS. PRMS is a permutation. So this is again the inbuilt function. So I have taken one column 4. What is meaning of one column 4? That is 1 to 4. That means I have taken my initial value is 1 and my final value is 4. So whatever the values between 1 and 4, those permutations will be generated automatically. Okay, for example, you see here A is equal to magic of 4. Magic is the inbuilt function that it creates a magic matrices. And here M is equal to zeros 4 comma 4 comma 24. What is the meaning of this? 4 comma 4 comma 24. That means here I can take 4 rows, 4 columns, and 24 width. Okay. For example, I can use here, for example, for k is equal to 1 to 24. Okay. That means k value starts from 1. Again, it increments by 1. That is 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. It continues up to 24. So it creates completely the zeros, null matrices, width of 24, and stores the sequence of 24 magic squares in three-dimensional array. So you can calculate the size of that M by using inbuilt function called SIZ size. Then you can see like this 4, 4, and 24, like that. Okay, you can see here. This is the example of that multi-dimensional arrays. You can see multi-dimensional arrays. So I have here 4 rows and 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 columns, and this is my width. This is the multi-dimensional array. Now, cell arrays. So how to create the cell arrays? Cell arrays in Matlab are multi-dimensional arrays whose elements are copies of other arrays. A cell array of empty matrix can be created with a cell function. So you can create the empty matrix by using inbuilt function called cell. But more often cell arrays are created by enclosing a miscellaneous collection of things in a curly braces. The curly braces are also used with subscripts to access the contents of various cells. For example, you can do like this. So, for example, C is equal to curly braces A, next multiplication of sum, multiplication of product, produce a 1 by 3 cell array. For example, if I have A matrices, I will show you this in the Matlab. So before that, I will clear all these things. Okay, it is cleared. Now I will take A is equal to some 1 space 2 space space 4. Okay. Okay, now the row is completed. Now C is equal to curly braces, curly braces, A. Now product I can use. Here I am using vector multiplication. So what we mean by vector multiplication is element by element multiplication. So for vector multiplication I have to use dot star. For normal multiplication simply I can use star. Sum I am calling the inbuilt function sum of A bracket close multiplication. Again I will use dot matrix. Again product product, that is inbuilt function of again product of A, like that. Okay, and now I am going to close this curly braces. Okay, so in this way I can create the cell arrays. Just if I press my enter button, I am not using semicolon here because I wanted to see here how my value will be displayed. Okay, there is some error I got. What is that error is? Okay, oh sorry, I forgot to keep another bracket here because the product. Okay, I have to complete this one. Okay, now here you can see here this is a 1 by 1 cell array, okay, of 56 12 24. Okay, so you can see here, if I open this, you can see here this is 1 by 1 cell. That means one cell I have created. Okay, so in that you can see here 56, that is 1 by 3 column, that is 1 by 3, that is inside the cell. So you can create like that the cell arrays. So here are the two important points you have to remember. First, to retrieve the contents of one of the cells, use subscripts in the curly braces. For example, you can use C of 1 retrieves the magic square and C of 3 is 16. Okay, like that you can create, you can retrieve the contents, that is a part of the contents of a cell matrix. Second is cell arrays contains copies of other arrays, not pointers to those arrays. If you subs if you subsequently change A, nothing happens to C because nothing will happen. You can use three-dimensional array to store a sequence of matrix of the same size. See, the condition is size must be same. Then only you can use three-dimensional array to store a sequence of matrix. Cell arrays can be used to store a sequence of matrix of different sizes. So by using cell arrays, you can store different sizes. That is the major advantage by using a cell arrays when compared with multi-dimensional arrays. Okay, for example, I have written one script that is multi-dimensional array.m. So now let us go to the multi-dimensional array.m. So before that I will clear all these things. Okay, cleared. Now I am opening a script called multi-dimensional array.m. So first of all, before explaining this script, I will now explain how to create a script file in a Matlab. So how to create a script file is take the cursor to the new button and here you just click on the new button, you can see here script, live script, function live, all these things. So in this, the important is a script. So just click on the script, then you can see a empty page opens. So in this you can write all the commands. So what do you mean by script? A script is a group of commands which may be related to each other or may not be related to each other. Okay, and you can, and the extension of the script is a .m means MATLAB file. And if you are naming a script, okay, you should not use the space between the two words. Let us take for example, I am using multi-dimensional is one word, array is another word. So these two words are combined by either hyphen or underscore. You can use like this. Okay, this is a very simple way to create a script. Now in this script, let us see from the first line, say line numbers are there, complete line numbers. So with what is the use of a line number is, wherever you get an error, you can easily identify by using the line numbers. Okay, so now let us start from first line, that is r is equal to rand n345. Already I have explained this one. That is n dimensional random numbers. It takes 3 rows, 4 columns and 5 is the width multi-dimensional array. Similarly, I am using p is equal to permutations 1 to 4. Similarly, I am creating a magic square matrix, okay, by calling the inbuilt function magic. Okay, and similarly I am using zeros matrix. Now I am using the for loop here. So for loop, probably you might have a knowledge, like if you know the basics of C language. Normally in the C language or Java or other languages, they use the for loop. Similarly in a MATLAB language we can use the for loops. So for k is equal to 1 to 24. This is one column means 2, 1 to 24. Now I can create, you see here, this column comma k. What is the meaning of this? This column indicates the rows which I am not touching. So if I am not touching the rows, I can indicate with simply column here. And similarly this is a column, this also I am not touching, so simply I indicate with the column. And I want the width, so my variable I kept here width. So k, so k first, what happens, cursor comes here, first k is equal to 1, so that is the first width. Okay, so here in this width, whatever function I am writing, this all will be stored here. So what is this a of? See, a of, already a I created a magic matrix of 4 size. Okay, so here you can see a of, in that row I am not touching, so that is why I kept a column here, comma p of, p is nothing but permutations 1 to 4 I am taking here, I am calling p of. Now I am touching here the row. Okay, so here k is equal to 1, that is the first row, I am not touching the column. So first row, all the permutations, okay, of a, okay, is stored in the width. Well, what is the width here? First width. Okay, now after completing this operation, k will be automatically incremented by 1. That means k will become 2. Similarly k3, like that up to 24. After completing that, then the cursor comes out of the loop, that is end. Then we can calculate with the inbuilt function called size. Okay, so up to here I hope you understood. Now these comments you can use by using a percentage symbol. Comments are especially useful. Suppose if you write a script and after few days, if you want to again open a script and if you want to understand what you have written, then comments plays an important role here. So let us take for example here what I have written, cell arrays. That means I am creating now one cell array. Already this I have explained. Now I am retrieving the part of the content of the cell array by using the curly braces here. Okay, here also I am using the for loop. So like that you can create your own script and you can save it simply with this save button. Then automatically the script will be saved in the current folder. Okay, so now Now, characters and texts. Let us see now how to create a characters and texts. So, enter the text into the Matlab using single quotes. So, whatever the text you wanted to enter in the Matlab, you can enter the Matlab the text by using a single quotes. Okay. For example, here I have created a script called characters and text. Okay, .m. So let us go to that file now. I have opened the MATLAB. So close this script. Now I have characters. Okay, so this is the character. Just right click and open. Okay, so this is a script here. You can see now. Now here, first one is s is equal to hello. This is my text. So I entered in this MATLAB by using a single quote. If I am not using a single quote, the MATLAB cannot understand this is a text. So by default, it will give you the error. So that is the reason you must use the single quote, and every statement in the MATLAB should be ended by semicolon. Suppose if you forget to keep the semicolon, immediately it will show the error here. You can see. Okay, so see how it is guiding you. Add a semicolon after the statement to hide the output. So I have to add a semicolon here. Okay, and save it. That will be automatically saved. Okay, so now see s is equal to hello. Now I am converting this text into numeric values. So here the numeric data, I already told you various data types. Here I am taking integer 16. Suppose if you want to convert this hello into a double data, simply you write here double. A is equal to double of s. These are the inbuilt functions. Now, statement reverses the conversions. Suppose from the numeric, even you can convert into a text also. Okay. So, if you want to practice this script, best way I will tell you is copy each statement here, copy it and paste it in the command window and press enter button. Then you can see the value in the workspace like this. So now see A is equal to, I am copying this and paste it and press the enter button. See A value I got this one. Okay, just open this. See this is see 72, 101, 108, 108 and 11. These all the 16-bit integers. 72 is for H and 101 is for E and 108 is for L. Again L same, so 108 and O for triple one. Suppose let us take for suppose I want A1, let us take, is equal to, instead of integers I will use a double, double, double bracket begin of s bracket close and semicolon. Okay, now press enter button. Now let us see here a1 value. So this is my a1. Select it and open it. Now you can see here this is the a1. Okay, so double data will be same but type will be different. So in this way you can learn the statement by statement in the MATLAB. Okay, but here the important thing is if you want to run the complete script, then there is a play button here. Simply if you press the play button, complete all the commands will be run at a time. So that is called an automation. Okay, now you can see here you can convert the numeric into, I already told you, into the again the text. Then you have to call the inbuilt function, that is character, char character. Similarly, you have f is equal to reshape 32 to 127 16 comma 16. Let us see now what is this. So just I'm copying this one, copy and paste it here. and you can see now, see my f value is 6 by 16 double. Okay, now I will convert that value into a some text, so I can use character of f here for character of f. Okay, so now you can see here character. Okay, see this is the character 6 by 16 character. So you can see these are the characters, some characters, some 6 by 16 characters. Okay, now for this if I can use 128, that is I'm adding some 128. What happens, you see here I have added here 128. Okay, now join the characters horizontally and produce. So now for those characters I am joining horizontally, then h is equal to s comma world. So here you see h is equal to s comma world. Now it is added. Okay, so you can see h is equal to hello world, you can see here. So like that, if you want to add vertically, then instead of comma you can use the semicolon here. Okay, like that you can create whatever you want. Okay, I hope you understood this script. Okay, so to change the font on the home tab in the environment section, click preferences. See on the top ribbon buttons, you have the preferences. In that you can go and you can click the font and you can change as per your wish. Now concatenation with a square brackets joins the text variables together. So here I already explained you the concatenation, that is adding horizontally and vertically by using a script called characters and text.m in line number 8. And similarly I have also explained the line number 10, 11 and 12 like that. Okay, now the very important thing is how to draw 2D and 3D plots. So in a Matlab, you can draw different varieties of plots, 3D and even by using a graphics. So Matlab has a beautiful built-in graphics options. For example, I want to plot a sine function over a linearly spaced vector of value 0 to pi. Okay, then I can draw this. So this one I will explain by using a program called lineplot.m. First I will clear all these things. Now I will go to lineplot.m. Okay, you see here. Now first I have taken a value x is equal to line space 0 comma 2 pi. 2 pi means 2 star pi. Pi we have to write. So what is the line space? Line space means it equally spaces all the values automatically. Now y is equal to sine of x. This is the y, this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. Now I'm using simply a command plot of x comma y, and this r indicates the colors. See, you can create your own, that means you can mention your own colors of a lines: red, green, yellow, blue, magenta. Okay, so and this dash indicates like whether you want a dashed curve or a hard line curve. Okay, that also. And x label, and you can create the x-axis the labels, even y-axis the labels like this with the double quotes, and even you can create the title of the uh, your plot. Now to run this script I will play this. You can see here the graph. See, nicely got a graph with a red color. Okay, with this is my x-axis equally spaced and this is my y-axis. Okay, and even you can print it or you can save this one like a image. Okay, so now let us go to another program and let me show you another program, that is line plot 1m. Okay, so here another two new commands were added, that is hold on and hold off. Let us see what are these things. See, again I'm starting from x is equal to line space this value, y is equal to sine of x plot. Now after completing this command, now I don't want to draw immediately. When I run my script, when the cursor comes here, it will not be completed because I am using a command called hold on. That means it will wait. When we use this one is when you wanted to draw multiple graphs on a same axis, then you can use hold on. See, for example, y2 is equal to cos of x. See, on the same x-axis I am drawing. First one is sine 1 and second is cos. Now again I am plotting x comma y2. Okay. Then you can see legend. Legend is nothing but which indicates the two, more than one curve is there. We have to use the legend so that we can easily understand what is that curve. We can name the curves also. Then after completing this, you should not forget to use hold off. You must use the hold off. Now if I run this program, you can see like this. Now you can see this graph. See, you have two graphs here. This blue color you can see is a sign, it is a legend, and this dotted is nothing but a cause. Like this you can create your own plots. How many plots you want, you can create your number of plots on a same axis. Now let us start with the 3D plots. So 3D plots means till now we have studied, we have learned two 2D plots, that is x and y. Now 3D plots, that is x, y and z axis also. So for that, you see, for example, I am taking one function or one equation, that is x e power x square minus y square, and I wanted to draw a 3D plot for this function. Okay, within the range from -2 to 2, okay, of 20 points. Now to explain this, I have written one program, that is surface underscore plot dot m. So we will go to surface underscore plot dot m. So before that, I will clear all these things. Okay, so now surface plots, that is a 3D plots. So you can see here surface plots. So x is equal to line space -2 comma 2 comma 20. What is the meaning? -2 is the initial limit and +2 is the final limit, and between -2 and 2 I need 20 points. Here I can change how many points you want between -2 and 2. Okay, now I am transposing. See, this x dot dash means transposing. Okay, now y is equal to x dash. Now z is equal to, see, I am using this function now. X, I am using here vector multiplication dot star exponential of minus x square minus y square. Now to create the 3D plot, I have to use the command surf. The internal command is surf, surf x, y, z. Now if I run this program, you will see the 3D plot like this. You can see this is the 3D plot like this. X-axis, okay, -2 to 2, and this is the y-axis, that is transposition, and this is the z-axis. So this is the way. In this way you can create your any type of complicated 3D plots, and you can see your results very clearly. So MATLAB is a very powerful software. So by learning MATLAB, not only in this technology, in this course, you can also go as a MATLAB developer. Or a 99% world is using MATLAB for their R&D applications, that is research and development applications in their industries. So lot of opportunities you will have if you learn MATLAB program well. Now the very important part we have entered is a data analysis. So let us see now what is a data analysis. So in that you will learn missing data in a Matlab, data smoothing and outlier detections, clean messy data and locate extrema using live editor task, filter data, smooth data with convolution, computing with descriptive statistics. Now, first we will start with the missing data. So, working with the missing data is a common task in a data pre-processing. So, before that, just I wanted to explain you. See, in this technology, or not only in this technology, in any application, you require a data. So, you will import the data into the MATLAB from outside world, or you can generate the synthetic data by using digital twin technology that you will be learn in coming lectures. So whatever it may be, when you import it or when you generate it, sometimes there is a chance of some missing values present in the data. So in this lecture, you will be learning how to handle the missing data in a MATLAB. So although sometimes missing values significantly a meaningful event in the data, they often represent unreliable or unusable data points. Sometimes missing data have very significant value. Sometimes it does not have that much significant, but there are so many options in a MATLAB for handling the missing data. So, like for example, create and organize the missing data. So, the form that missing values takes in a MATLAB depends on the data types. So, how to represent the missing value in a data that entirely depends on the data types. Okay, for example, you see here numeric data types such as a double use NaN. So double data type uses NaN means not a number to represent the missing values. I have written one program called missing data.m. Let us go and let us see that now. I will clear before that. Okay, so now I am opening a script called missing data.m. Okay, you can see here. Now I have taken a value x is equal to NaN 1234. So NaN is a missing. I am mentioning the missing data I am representing with not a number. I can represent like this capital N, small a, capital N. You should not use the small letters. This is the case sensitive. And remaining is my values. Now similarly, another data is a double data type. In a double data type, I can use missing like this. This is normal data, and for x double, and I can use instead of NaN, I can use missing. MISSIN missing. Similarly, another data type, that's a date time. That is, I am using here missing. Okay, date time 2023 124 comma 2. What is the meaning of that? That means in the year 2023 124, that is a January, February, March, April, that's a 4 months, and in every month second date, this indicates second date, that is Jan 2nd, February 2nd, March 2nd, and April 2nd. Okay, so you can see, you can find out what are the missing data on the Jan 2nd, similarly on the February 2nd, March 2nd, April 2nd in the year 2023. Similarly, I can also handle the missing data in a string type of data like this. Missing, the strings will be represented by double quotes like this. Similarly, I can also handle the categorical. So I can call inbuilt function categorical. Cat1, okay, cat2, cat3. So here the important thing is you have to, for categories, you have to use the curly braces here. Okay, and next standard. Okay, so let us see what is this standardized missing x double 4 and n. Let us see this in the presentation. these are all I have already explained you. Okay, now you see here, you can use the standardized missing function. So this is one type of function to convert those values to the standard missing values for that data type. For example, treat 4 as a missing double value in addition to NaN. So in addition to NaN, you can treat 4. I don't want 4. So I wanted to keep this 4 as a missing data, okay, in that location. So you can see here like this, you can create standardize missing. This is the inbuilt function. You cannot use capital S or you cannot use small s. Same you have to call this is the inbuilt function of, see this function I am using on x double. In x double there are some values that is, so in that values I don't want 4 now, so I am keeping, okay, x double comma 4 space n in a square brackets like this. This is the representation of including the another missing value whichever I don't require. Okay, for similarly I can, if suppose I want in a my huge data I wanted to keep my all the missing values in the last, okay, then I have to use a inbuilt function called sort. Okay, I'm using this one on this type of, that is x standard. Okay, missing placement you have to write like this is the case sensitive. Okay, comma last means I wanted to keep in the last. Suppose if you want to keep in the first, you can write here first, whatever it may be, you can write like this. Okay, next, that is what here, find, replace and ignore the missing data. Even you can use, you can do some computations like calculating the average in the missing data. Okay, I will show you how to calculate the average in the same program itself. You can see here now I am creating some data 1 to 9 and NaN is my missing data. So altogether it becomes a 10. So I am plotting now. Okay, then I wanted to create an average. I want to calculate an average. So for average, that is the mean. For calculating the average, we have to use the command called mean. This is an inbuilt function of a Matlab. So on this NaN data, I am calculating the mean. Similarly, now if you see here, in this, after calculating this average, that will be stored, that complete average data will be stored in the mean data. Okay, now in the NaN data, if I want to find out is there any missing value, then I have to use here is NaN. This is the inbuilt function, is NaN. Similarly, in the double data, I can use is missing to find out if there is any missing value in the double data. Similarly, in the date time data, I can use is missing in the date time. Okay. Similarly, I can create a table also by calling the table table. This is the inbuilt function like this, x double x date time string x categorical like that. And now in that table, if I want to find out any missing, then I can use is missing. Okay, suppose if I find out any missing value, then if I want to fill the missing value with a constant value, then I have to use this inbuilt command fill missing, FILL missing. Suppose I am now applying this one on x standard data and constant, because what type of value this is, we have to clearly say to the Matlab. So this is a constant value. Any value we can keep here. Similarly, if I want to remove that missing value, then I can use rm missing. Okay, this is the inbuilt function on any data. Similarly, if I want to sum, then I can use simply sum. Okay, similarly, what is this omit nan? That means if I want to remove any missing value, or if I want to ignore any missing value, then I can use the word omit nan. Omit nan indicates the ignoring the value, ignoring the missing value. Even the missing value is present, the MATLAB will not consider that missing value. If it is not important, we can ignore it by using omit and an. Okay. All I have explained all these things I have explained in that MATLAB. Okay, in the next lecture, we will see data smoothing and outlier detection. So thank you so much for watching this video.